Start.
Yes. Dear student, today I will explain an experiment in engineering physics and the aim of this experiment is to calibrate the given ammeter and voltmeter with the help of potentiometer. We know the voltmeter measures the potential difference between 2 points and ammeter measures the current in a circuit. And for this experiment, we require two rheostats. This is the circuit diagram for this experiment. Here we require two rheostats, here RH1 and RH2. And this is potentiometer. And we know the potentiometer reads the correct potential difference between 2 points because there is a null point. Okay, we obtain. And we use a standard cell, and here we will use, and I will give you demo. We use the cadmium cell, and we say this is a standard cell because in this cell the steady current flows, and there is a voltmeter in the circuit, and a 1 ohm resistance, this is the standard 1 ohm resistance, is connected across this voltmeter, and this resistance is connected in series with the ammeter. And in the circuit there are two regulated power supply, V1 and V2, and two keys, here K1 one-way key, K1 one-way key, and here K3 one-way key, and there is a two-way key, and this is connected with galvanometer. This is the circuit diagram, but in brief I will say, what do you mean by, my question is, what do you mean by the calibration of ammeter and voltmeter? It means we check the accuracy of a given voltmeter and ammeter, because in ammeter there is shunt is connected across the galvanometer, and in voltmeter there is a high resistance is connected in series with galvanometer. So there is error because due to the resistance, and so okay. Now what is the error in the voltmeter? We use this formula, V2 minus V1, and we write this result K into L2 minus V1. This is the reading error in the voltmeter. Here V2 is the potential difference measured by the potentiometer, and V1 is the potential difference measured by the voltmeter. Here K is called the galvanometer potential gradient, and here L2 is the length distance of the null point corresponding to the potential difference measured by the potentiometer. Okay, and knowing this difference, we plot a graph between the voltmeter reading, and in x-axis we will write the voltmeter reading, and along y-axis we use the difference between voltmeter. Pause. Yes, and we plot a graph between the voltmeter reading along x-axis, and error along y-axis. You will get a zigzag graph. Similarly, the KL2 is the potential difference across the length L2. So the current will be, I will be potential difference divided by the value of this resistance, and the value of R is equal to here 1 ohm. We are using here 1 ohm. So this current will be KL2. So the error in the ammeter readings will be given by I2 minus I1, and it will be equal to KL2 minus I1, where I2 is the current measured by the potentiometer, and I1 is the current measured by the this ammeter, and here L2 is the length on the potentiometer wire corresponding to the current I2, and here K is the potential gradient, and potential gradient K I will calculate by this formula. K is equal to EMF upon length of the potentiometer wire. Here EMF is the EMF value of the standard cell, and we will use here the cadmium cell, and the value of the EMF of this cadmium cell is 1.084 and so on. And again we will plot a graph between the ammeter and ammeter reading along x-axis, and reading, and along y-axis error, that is I2 minus I1. Again you will get a zigzag graph. It shows there is error in the reading measured by the potentiometer and reading voltmeter and ammeter. And now I will give you demo, and in this demo faculty Dr. Nidhi Puri and our staff will contact I will give you demo.
Now let us see the experiment. First you need to know all the apparatus. This is rheostat. Now this is one more rheostat which we have in our laboratory, and for this experiment we have the ammeter. For calibrating or for performing any of the experiment, we need to first have the least count of the given apparatus. We have ammeter, we have voltmeter. For ammeter, for the least count, you people might be aware about the value, that the least count is the smallest possible value which we can calculate from a system. So for getting least count of ammeter, here we have 10 parts divided with the value of 0.2 ampere. So here on the system, Pramod sir, please show the least count of the ammeter, sir.
0.02.
Yes, here it is the least count. I am focusing on the least count.
0.02
Yes.
ammeter.
Yes. The system's least count is 0.2, that is the smallest possible value which we can the value which is the division is given in this, that is 0.2, and the division, it is divided in 10 parts, and according to that least count is
Voltmeter 0.05 volt.
for voltmeter it is 1 by 20, and for ammeter it is 0.2 by 10, that means 0.02 amperes. And for voltmeter you can see there are the one number is visible on the equipment. I'm just focusing it. Yes. And it is divided in 20 parts. So the least count which Pramod sir has told you, that is 1 by 20, it means 0.05 volt can be calculated. So first thing which we need to perform in any of the experiment is the least count. Now we are seeing that there are a lot of keys. This is one-way key. If we have two ports in the key, then this is two-way key. Again, we have one-way key. As the Mr. Sir has already told you the figure, the diagram, the circuit diagram of this experiment, and according to that, we have this DC regulated power supply. We have the electronic standard cell to measure the value of electronic standard cell. This is giving us 1.018 volts. Then we have the DC regulated power supply. We have one galvanometer, and yes, it is the potentiometer which has 10 meter wire, that is there are 10 wires here. For performing experiment, we also need to know that there are two scales on this potentiometer. The wire is starting from this side, and then this is coming back and back and back. So we have scale on the both sides, like one scale is going from this lower side to upper side, and another is coming from that side to this one. So whenever we take the reading on the first, third, fifth, seventh, ninth, the odd numbers, we use the above side of the scale, and for the even number we use the second scale. So this is all about the apparatus. Yes, we have the jockey. You people might be aware about the jockey. Then this will tell us, that give us the deflection of the system. Yes, we'll have to put the key in the system. This is for just to setting the system that the deflection is on the wrong opposite side, and in this way it is going on the different side. So this the potentiometer is already settled. It is giving zero or null deflection using this rheostat. Okay, so we have settled the system. Now we will shift the two-way key from first circuit to the another auxiliary circuit, and we'll put the key in this one also. Now our circuit is ready for performing experiment. One more thing which we need to do in our observation, that is we need to calculate the potential gradient. Pramod sir, please tell the students the potential gradient E by L1.
Volt per centimeter.
We need to calculate K.
K is equal to
Focus it please.
Yeah. To calculate the value of K, we write the EMF, the value of EMF is 1.0 184 divided by length of the potentiometer wire. Just madam told 10 meter, it means 1000
Centimeters.
and the unit will be volt per centimeter. Okay.
When you are performing this experiment in the laboratory, then Pramod sir will definitely help you. Oh, and I just want to tell you who is Pramod sir. Pramod sir, please say hello to our students. Please remove your masks so that student may aware about you. Yes, Pramod sir will definitely help you in all the experiments. He is the main charm of this laboratory. Now we are going to perform the experiment. Please, sir.
Yes.
sliding jockey.
Yeah, we'll use the sliding jockey here. Like for taking the reading, we need to calculate as Mishra sir has already told you how to take readings. We need to calculate, change the value of the voltmeter and then ammeter. Now, one more thing I want to tell you, how to take reading from these ammeter and voltmeters. Like, pause. Yes. Now, as I told you, we are going to take the readings from ammeter and voltmeter. For these taking reading from these ammeter and voltmeter, which I wanted to tell you, we need to have the least count multiplied by these divisions. Whenever we, like this time, look at the reading, because this is the thing which students commonly do the mistake. This time there are 4 parts coming in the ammeter and we have the least count as 0.02 volt. So the reading 0.02 ampere, right? So the reading the value which this time our ammeter is giving us, that is 4 multiplied by 0.02. It means it is 0.08 ampere. So this is the method how to take reading from ammeter and voltmeter. Now let us perform the experiment. Pramod sir, now you will perform the experiment. One more thing I want to tell here, Pramod sir. Wait a minute. We have this table with us where we will change the voltmeter reading, we'll calculate the corresponding ammeter reading, and then we'll take the balancing reading here. So first, we have set up the keys and we are taking reading on this scale. How will we take the reading? We will take the reading by getting 0 deflection in galvanometer. So look how sir is taking reading. Pramod sir is taking the reading with the help of jockey. Sir, is the 0 deflection is there?
0 deflection is there.
Yes.
76 centimeter.
Yes, we can take the this is on the first wire. The value, the length of the wire is 76 centimeter, and the corresponding ammeter and voltmeter reading we can calculate. This is our system which is telling us that the 4 parts on the ammeter, and how much parts are there on voltmeter, sir? Please check it. This is showing 2 parts. So we will write the reading like this. As I told you, Pramod sir will definitely help you. Pramod sir, please write the reading. Now let us take the reading with the using scale so that we can calculate or we can measure the exact value. It is coming on, sir. Could you please tell?
83.
Yes.
83
Let me focus
centimeter.
it. Yes. It is 83 centimeters. So we will write it in our table that we have the ammeter reading, we have the voltmeter reading, and the here in the number of wire is 0 because we are taking reading on the first wire. Each wire has 100 centimeter length, right? So that means 1 meter length is on each wire. So this is 83 centimeter. Rest of the table is just you can see that this is V2 equal to I2, V2 which we will calculate using it, that is KL2. K we have already calculated. L2 we have this 83, we will multiply this one, we will do the V2 minus V1. V2 is the value of the voltmeter and ammeter using our potentiometer, and V1 and I1 are here, which are shown in the table, which are apparatus, which are equipment is already telling us the value. So we will take the difference of V2 minus V1 here and I2 minus I1 here, and in similar manner we will take 5 different readings. I'll take the different reading and will show you. These different readings will be taken using this rheostat. We will change the rheostat, we will change the value of the ammeter and voltmeter. Will change accordingly. Like this time ammeter is showing 4 parts. Then we will change, I'm changing parallelly, I'm changing the rheostat value, and hence the ammeter value is also getting changed like this. 4 parts, then this is 8 parts. You can see, I'm just focusing it. Yes, we'll take the readings perpendicularly. This time it's showing 8 parts on ammeter, and on voltmeter it is showing 2 parts, right? So 2 parts on the voltmeter, and similarly we'll change this rheostat and we'll find the value from ammeter and voltmeter, and we'll take the reading on the null point on this wire, the potentiometer, like this. This time no zero deflection. Now it is coming zero deflection. Look at the wire. It is coming on the second wire. This time the number of wire is 1. 1 complete हो गया. उसके बाद यहाँ पे जो reading आएगी, we will take that. So we will take the reading accordingly, and we'll have the different reading. We can take reading 5 sets. We can take 10 sets. More the number of sets, the nicer will be the graph. In this way, we have taken different readings. I told you how to take readings by changing the rheostat and calculating the reading on the ammeter and the voltmeter, and now we'll calculate it. The readings are shown here. Pramod sir, thanks for the readings. See that you have taken the readings for our students. Yes, and these are the readings. The table is completed here. After completing this table, we'll plot it on the graph. We have already plotted graph for you. This is the voltmeter reading, the calibration curve for the voltmeter. That we'll take the voltmeter reading on the x-axis, that is the V1 value from our table. Then the error on the y-axis, that is V2 minus V1. This is again from the table. For one value, we'll take corresponding value. You need to know how to plot the graph on the graph using given readings. We have the scale, which is really required to mention that on x-axis, this is the x-axis, horizontal axis, we have taken the voltmeter reading. The value, the scale which we have used is 2 centimeter is equal to 0.05 volts. On y-axis, we have taken the error. The scale which we have taken is this thing, right? Similarly, we have plotted the ammeter reading, the calibration curve for ammeter. We have taken, yes, this scale is mandatory to write on the graph so that we can easily read the graph. The reading, I'm again focusing the calculation and everything. For a moment, I'm taking this. And in this way, the experiment is completed. The manual, how to write the experiment, we all know, we all have the manual. And in this way, I thanks to Mr. Pramod sir, and yes, I'm your only host, Dr. Nidhi Puri, and I thank you all for helping us, for staying with us. Thank you.